Okay. Okay. So it's Monday. This is a live office hours. It's a Q&A. It's designed for beginners. So we're going to do a Pagewheel walkthrough. And our topic is inspired by questions from Sean about onboarding clients. And so I have two examples for you. One, we're going to walk through live. So anybody who's new to Pagewheel can see the process and how it works from start to finish. And then I'm going to dive into it a little more of how you can actually use this or how I used it. And I used it in different ways, not just like, here's the form, but also to position myself as an authority. It can be used as a lead magnet and other things. So the question was inspired by Sean, but Stephanie's here. Stephanie, I made a social media manager version inspired by you. So we got,
Yay!
yes. And for anybody who's not a business coach or social media manager, still watch because this form is what I used in my operations consulting, and it will really give you great insight to your own business. And I think it'll be super useful to anybody who's watching this. So use it for yourself, use it for your clients, have fun with it, grow your business. Yay, Pagewheel. Okay, so let's get going. Let me share my screen. And it flipped to the wrong tab. Okay, so in Pagewheel, when you log in, you're going to start on your dashboard. And guys, I actually, so in preparation for you, I made actual Google Forms in advance just to have those ready. I don't think you can see those when I start throwing links in here, but I went ahead and made the actual forms. And so the idea here is this is a, a lead magnet I could use of, say I'm a, say I want to, my clientele is I coach social media managers, right? Or I'm a business coach and and this is for my business people, right? So creating an intake form for them that they can use with their clients. And it's a lead magnet or it's a sellable product. It's actually very valuable. I wouldn't give it away for free, but let's go for it. Okay, so I did make the Google form in advance, and then I took a screen capture of it as a PDF in advance because this just came up this morning with an hour's notice. So I had to go really fast. And I'll tell you what I would do differently along the way or how to make it better. So we're going to start with upload your own PDF. And so what I'm uploading here is that um, screen capture of the Google form for client intake for business coaches. Okay, so it's definitely mine. I didn't steal it from anybody. And I'm going to say I am done. I'm not done. Do I have more PDFs? No, but I do want to brand and edit my product. And this takes me into, you can see I'm on step 1 of 5 of the Pagewheel workflow, which is just going to walk me through the whole process. And so in this one, Google Forms like default to a purple color, so I'm gonna go for purple colors. The base colors are for text. I can pick some fonts here. And if you're wondering about why just this, now you can always add custom colors by clicking here, and then you can click on each one to edit it to your brand colors. But the base colors and just a few sets of fonts are intentional to reduce decision time and delay when you're creating something. We really want you to get something out there fast. So you just boom, 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 pick what you want. This is just an example page. It doesn't mean it's going to be in your product, but so you can see how the colors get applied. And then you say, looks good next. Okay. Now in this case, I uploaded a PDF, so it automatically defaulted to no cover because my PDF might have already had a cover. In this case, it did not. So I'm going to uncheck this, and then I can go through here and pick the cover I want. So let's say I like this one, and I really want to call it, but that was my file name, which is really boring. So I want to call it the ultimate client intake form for business coaches. And let's say I have a series of these, because as I was saying, I made one for social media managers, and I made one for business coaches. I'm just going to make that my subtitle for the sake of this demonstration. But you can always click on these little regeneration icons here to have AI suggest better ones. And this is not a great one, so don't copy me. A better subtitle speaks to the results. Your cover is a marketing moment, right? This is where you're part of grabbing people's attention and getting them to open it. So the ultimate client intake form, you know, what do I want my client intake form? I want to get the best information to provide the best services and have happy clients forever, or something like that, right? So you want outcome oriented for your target audience. So I'm going to say, okay, so I've got my cover, my title, and my subtitle. I'm going to click looks good next. And now we are looking at the PDF that I uploaded. It looks a little fuzzy here, but it looks fine in person. So starting here, I uploaded that PDF that's only part of the product that I want to make. And so what I want to do is I want to add a batch, and I'm going to add one of my favorite batches is the blank workbook, because it has some nice like section pages and stuff in it. When you go to this library, you can search it by niche or topic or a specific word, like any search thing if you want. And you can click on the little thumbnails here to just like page through it and see what's in it. So I really want this title page. Not sure I'm going to use anything else. And I don't have to. It's okay. I can just delete them out of my product before I publish it. But I definitely want that first page. So I'm going to grab this. And then I'm going to say, yep, that's the one I want. And so it always adds it to the end. So it doesn't look like anything happened in the carousel, but see if we keep scrolling down. Oh, there it is. Now to reorganize it, we can click on the grid view. So now you can see the cover. I want this up here. And
right now, you go. I'm busy.
Oh, my phone's going off.
Elva's busy.
Yes, I know.
I was talking to my dog. Sorry about that.
Hey, this is life, right? Life for real. Okay, so you click on the page in the carousel here when you want to edit it. So in my case, I'm going to call this, what do I have here? I had an example. It's like, that's just get your copy. And then I'm going to say, click on here to edit it. I'm just going to say, click here. And so this is the actual, and then I'm going to post it. Just like in any kind of word editor, right? You can highlight the text, click on the link, and I'm adding the link. So this is going to, if anybody clicks on this, hold on, I must not have copied the whole thing. If anybody clicks on this, it's going to open up in their browser the entire, where they can just save the whole Google form. What happened? This is the fun thing about doing things live, right? It's like I already tested this with the social media manager one. And so what happened there, watch, I bet this works. So what happened was when I copied it from my notes, I had a space at the end that I had to just backspace and delete. So sometimes it's just a little thing like that where it looks like it's a bug, but it's not. It's I copied my link wrong. So, I mean, really, that's it. The whole point is I'm giving what they're getting is a ready-made Google form that they can turn around and use immediately for their clients. But I also have an example, because what if they don't want to use Google Forms? What if they want to do something else, right? So, so over here on the side here, I have this page selected. I'm going to copy the page by clicking this little copy page icon. And then I'm going to say, or make your own. And now I don't need a link anymore. I'm saying, now I'm just going to tell them what to do with what's coming up. Copy, paste to your own form or email, because they might email their client, right? I don't know how they're doing it, or why they don't want to use a Google form, but now they know there's something coming up next, right? Because they don't get to see this carousel. And then here's the form. They can just copy this, right? Copy the questions however they want. Now, I did it this way because I made this really fast right before this workshop. If I were going, I would actually go back and use the Pagewheel pages, and I would copy paste these questions into a much prettier format, right? Just for presentation value, or have both of like, hey, here's the text, in an easy copy paste format, and then have this be the third section of here's what your form should look like, something like that. But here's everything, all the questions, everything they need. And then I still have those extra pages that I don't want. So go through, and again, on these little icons on the side, I'm just going to delete these pages that I don't want them to start from the bottom. I usually like to leave a page for notes in a workbook, but this one's kind of intent is more copy paste, not a workbook as such. Okay, and now, just to make it super awesome, we're going to go over to add a batch. And this is a resource for you guys. Another thing I wanted to point out for you, regardless of what you do, if you're a service provider, is go here and search products and put in survey. I made a batch for you guys, this smart survey that has a bunch of phenomenal questions to use to, it's like your happy clients want to give good feedback and support you and tell everybody how awesome it is. But they often have a hard time putting it in words. If you're just like, hey, can you give me a testimonial? They don't know, they want to, but they don't know what to say. And these are better questions to ask. So you're not telling them what to say, but you're asking better questions that will help them organize their thoughts, if that makes sense. So we're going to do that, and we're going to say looks good next, and it's going to add this whole batch. And now again, you can't see it here until we scroll. And so what this batch was designed to say, here's a whole bunch of questions, but you don't want to bombard them with that. You really just want to pick like 3 or 5 of the ones that are most relevant, because sometimes it's like, what do you think of the person? How did this product work for you? They're not all relevant. And again, you don't want to overwhelm them. And then like, here's a whole different ways you can make gathering testimonials part of your business process. So I'm going to go back here. I like my little dividing sections. I'm going to duplicate this page. I'm going to go to the grid view and divide those sections so they know what's happening. So they got to see the form, so they could copy the form. They could see my example form and just do whatever they want with it. Or now we're going to say bonus. Get amazing testimonials. So what are you getting? Amazing testimonials from your happy clients. Why do they want to do this? For social proof, content, and feedback gold, right? Okay. And why am I using my happy marketing voice for that? It's like, because people often don't finish things, right? And this is really good. I really want them to like keep turning the page and use this, because I really want my clients to succeed. I'm giving them everything I can, and they just got to do it, right? So there we go. That's that's it for the product. So I'm going to look at it on the grid view. Just make sure, since I was mixing and matching, do I have everything I want and nothing that I don't? So I definitely deleted all the pages that I don't, got the cover, the link is in, because that's the main thing I'm delivering and it's front and center. Okay. And then what is missing that I always recommend that people put in? Their About Me page. So this is actually where we share stuff with you guys. So I am not doing that, but I recommend it for everybody. So what you can do is go here to add a page, and we have a whole bunch of pretty About Me pages, and you pick one and you put in your picture and it writes all the stuff for you. So I'm not going to do that, but I recommend you do. Well, let's just do a blank one. We'll just do a demo. This is a demo. We'll do it. I'm not going to put my picture and everything in it, and I'm going to take it out, but let me just show you what it does. So it added it. It always adds it at the end. You always want to have your About Me page at the beginning, because they may go look at this later, right? And in here is where you want to remind them why it was such an excellent choice to get this product, what it's going to do for them. It's reminding them who you are, that you give them this awesomeness. And you should always have a link to wherever your main stuff is, your store, your website, wherever it is that the main place they can find you. If they think this is awesome and they want more, you want to have that link in here. So you want to make that About Me page, and then use it every time you make a product in Pagewheel. So you can save this page with the heart and say About Me, save the page. And so once you have your picture in there and have this all written, you don't ever have to make it again, even though you're going to use it over and over again. Next time you make a new product, you just click on this folder and there's the page. You can just add it directly from there. Yay, because we don't like doing things over and over again. I'm not going to do that right now. So for now, I'm going to delete that page. And we're just going to say, again, double check. Yep, everything's there. Looks good next. Now this is a key to, this thing isn't done until we hit publish. And it's important to know that you can always go back and edit it and the link to it won't change. So if you put the link out all over social media and you're like, oh man, I need to add something or change something, you can go through the same editing process, but you have to republish it for all those changes that got saved in the editor to go to your live PDF. But this is last chance. Check it out. Screen capturing this little video is an awesome little animation that you can use, by the way, in your marketing. And then the carousel is just another way to look at it. So it looks good. It's the way I want it. Approved. I'm going to publish this product. Dramatic pause. I need background music for that moment, right? Like the cheesiest elevator music I can possibly find.
I will say that I've gotten questionnaires from businesses and stuff like that before.
Mhm.
And if it's more than maybe 5 questions, I don't even care if there's a free Chick-fil-A sandwich at the other end of it. I don't finish.
Yeah. Yeah, I say
It's
3
just
to
too
5.
much. You can't
Yeah.
ask them to jump through too many hoops. They're not going to do it.
Yep. I say 3 to 5, but honestly 3 is better. And there's something about it, it's sets of 3 is really powerful. For some reason,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep.
But anyway, so, Cynthia raised her hand. What's going on?
I have a question about that. I think that really has more to do. You can tell my screen for you guys is over here. I'll look into the camera rather than my screen. I think that question thing really has to do with what you're onboarding them for. Because when I do deep intensive counseling, I have an 11-page application that they fill out. So I think there's a difference between the niche that you're doing in comparison and what the person's coming to you for.
Yeah.
Determines how many questions you ask.
Yep. And hold that thought, because we're going to talk more along those lines once I'm done going through this process. But yes, you're totally right on that. I'm pointing at you. That's just rude, right? Okay. So if
You can point at me anytime you want, Jenny, and that's fine.
I point at my monitor to show people things when I'm on like online. It's crazy. Okay, so here we are. So the PDF, it's done and ready to go. So download now. This is what it looks like. This is how it's going to look to the people you're sending it to. You can always just, if you're sharing this via email or into your group or something like that, or you can just share this link. But meanwhile, but wait, there's more. We're going to create a website to promote this product. So we're going to click on here. And the same thing applies to the website. You can always go back and edit it. But if you do, you need to go all the way back through, keep clicking through, looks good next, to publish, for it to publish the updates. The link won't change. But you need to go all, even though it's changed in the editor, the changes won't be live until you republish it. Okay, so yay. So we have our website here. I always recommend read through it out loud, make sure it sounds like you and it's saying what you want. If it, now it's just drawing from the title, so, and the subtitle, so it knew it was for coaching business. If you're not getting, if it doesn't, if it's not on point, or especially if you have like a cute, catchy marketing name that might confuse it, you can always put something else in here and start with like plain language of what it is and what it does and for whom, and it can give you the best output that way if it didn't get it the first time around. You can regenerate, you can just give it a whirl by clicking on here to just try the whole thing all over again. It won't go back to the previous one though if you do this, so be warned. And you can also get the AI assist on regenerating text by section. So if you click on any text in here, you get the section editor tab, and you can also just run the AI for that tab alone. So make sure it says what you want. I think this is amazing. It defaults to freebie. I would totally sell this. And like I said, so, you know, read through it. If I had an About Me page, it would have pre-populated the photo. And then still you want to make sure that if it auto-fills this, it's going to be more oriented specifically to this product than if you wanted a more general about you and the overall things that you, audience that you serve. So definitely take a look at that and make sure you're happy with it. And there you go. So the layout of this page follows, this is what we do with our stuff. It follows, you know, best marketing practices, but there are other versions you can do. You can click on here and you can get a shorter version. If you're using Pagewheel for something else that's not digital products, we have a bunch of different things for coaching calls, live workshops, events, things like that. And even Amazon and e-commerce products. So you can change the intent of the sales page with that drop down. We're going to call this one good for the sake of this demonstration and time. We're going to say looks good next. And now we've got a now we've got our delivery page. Now what I forgot to mention on the sales pages before is also when you click on this section, you can add different sections if you want something more, and you can also move them around and rearrange them. So in this case, I might make a video explaining the form question by question, or explaining the different ways that I use the form, and include that in my delivery page. So I would click on video or image, toggle this over to video. Video has to be hosted on YouTube, that's fine. And then, you know, like, where's my, I would do this one. And here's how you move it with the little arrows. And so I put it at the very top, and I'd say, this is my big thank you. Because this is the delivery page, right? So this is after they purchase, thank you. And then edit this copy to be, you know, to remind them again of the results they're going to get. It's like, what was the point? The point of this is to get better information from your clients. So to set expectations, so you know what you're going to deliver, And they know it too, that we're all in agreement. And then it does other things. Again, you'll see like the nature of the questions reassures them that you really know what you're doing, which is really important because people are always nervous when they when they first buy something, especially a service around promoting their business, because their business is their baby and their livelihood. It's a big deal. Okay, so again, you want to read through it, make sure that it says everything you want. And just a little pro tip, these little mock-ups, you can screenshot them. They're pretty helpful for social media content too. And then at the bottom here, we encourage that you grow your audience via community. That was Rachel's specialty, and she's helped hundreds of people build multi-million-dollar businesses all around communities. So this is in here. But you can either hide it with the eyeball, or you can change this text and have a second button for wherever you want to send them, wherever you live, your website, whatever. But on this first section is where Pagewheel has automatically connected the PDF we made to this button. So you don't have to do anything like that. It's already done. You just make this say what you wanted to say, and it's ready to go. So you say, looks good next. This is if you're posting it in Facebook or something, and you can cycle through here for better images. And you can also edit this text. I would totally do some kind of, again, a little more marketing oriented than this. What it does for them, what kind of results they can get from this amazing intake form. Pixels, this will accept Meta, Google, and Pinterest pixels. If you have anything else you want, just contact us via support, and we can help you manually if you're using some kind of other pixel. You click looks good next. Here's your delivery email. So Pagewheel is not, excuse me, is not an email service provider. So we're not going, there's no manner in which to do more emails to your clients from Pagewheel, not your weekly newsletter or anything like that. This is just the part of the automated delivery process. So they're going to get, as soon as they purchase or opt in, they're going to get the delivery page, and it has the links to give them the product. They're going to get the delivery email, and it's automatically populated with the links to give them the product. And there's always going to be somebody who still asks you, where is the link to the product, especially like 6 months later. So we do everything we can to give it to them in different ways that they can get it. But customer support's always going to happen. So same thing, you go in here, make sure it reads the way you want. This third step, I always give them a direction, take action, don't just print the PDF, do the things, get the results. Okay. And now here we are at that last step. This is what makes it go live. Publish my website and email. Boom, it's done. So here's all the links. And you'll be able to, once you've gone through this, they'll also appear in your dashboard. So you don't have to go through this to get to this end just to find your links. But you can see the sales page, what it looks like. You can see the delivery page, what it looks like. I didn't put in a video, so we'll fix that. And then if I just want the link to the PDF, there we go. Okay, and for you guys, we are getting, so here's the dashboard, what I was just talking about, and finding your links. So now the new thing is here. If I need any of those links, here they are, right? So I can just copy them and do whatever it is I need to do with them. You can always click on here to go back to the product editor, or you can click on website if you want to go back and edit the website, right? So in my case, this is something I'm going to share with you guys, so it's going to be free. And that's just blank, so I'm going to take it out and go back to the original delivery page. But this is what I meant. Now I have to go through all of these all the way back to the end where it says publish for those changes to go live. So now see, like the delivery page. Oops, wrong one. Oh man, did I delete the delivery of it? That would be bad. Okay. It's not the smartest thing to do. But let's see the sales page. So see, now you can see it's an opt-in page and it's no longer a sales page. So you just opt in, we get your email, and you get the cool client onboarding checklist. So boom, we're done. Yay. Okay. That is the amazing Pagewheel product builder. Makes your product, your sales page, your delivery page, your delivery email, connects all the things and puts it out there. Once you start collecting those sales or emails, you can go to your list and you can see, I will blur this out on the video. You can find your things and they're associated with all your various products. And then once you've done that, that's where you're going to make things, but you're really going to spend most of your time over in copy packs that you can get to from this button on top or this go to the copy packs maker. And the other side of Pagewheel is copy packs where you can make all your promotional assets. And so I'm not going to dig into the details of this other than a really quick, tell us about your product or program and we'll create your copy and look at the hint. Weight loss program for female food addicts. So it's got what it is, who it's for, and the problem that it solves. So however you want to write it doesn't have to be that exact sentence structure, but you want those 3 elements in here to get the best results. Again, the fancy cutesy kind of titles aren't as effective as plain language. Then you pick, what are you trying to do? Are you doing social media content? Are you doing email marketing? What are you doing? Pick the section and then come down here and pick the actual copy pack content you want. So if we're doing social content and we want Facebook posts, oops, didn't put it in here, the ultimate client intake form for business coaches. And what element am I missing? What problem is it solving for happy clients? Take me to my copy. I don't know about cheesy elevator music. I actually would I think my theme music would be the theme music from Benny Hill. You know, if anybody knows that reference.
Or you could put Mission Impossible music behind it.
Yes, that's more dramatic. So here we go. Now we've got the different voices of copy that I can copy and paste into a Facebook post. And here's some hashtags that it's made. So I can download this as a PDF. I can regenerate it with AI. I can share it with someone. So if I'm using Pagewheel as my tool for providing services, then I can share this PDF. Or if I'm done.
Janine, when you share this PDF via that share button, do you know if we have to go ahead and get established as an affiliate to get credit for that in case someone creates a Pagewheel account when we share that button, or is that automatic?
Okay, so it will automatically connect an affiliate link.
Okay.
However,
even if you're not registered in First Promoter yet.
Right. But you're not going to get paid to get all registered.
Of course. Okay, got it. Because it depends on the client, really. You know, like sometimes I don't want them to create a Pagewheel account with my affiliate link because they really need to buy it directly from me.
Oh, right.
You know, so you just think about that if you're on the agency level and you're selling.
You want to do the download.
You want to send them the download if you're doing that. Otherwise, you can just share it with them and they can create an account.
Yeah, and if you're doing agency link, then presumably you're going to have a folder of files of all the things you're making for them over time.
Exactly, yeah.
You can just share that link, that file with them instead of using this link.
Yep.
Good point. Good point. Okay. Yay. What do you guys think?
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. So that's how to use Pagewheel. And then now let me show you. Okay, let's dig into this a little since we have a little bit more time. Wait, which one did I do? So this is the one I already did one for social media manager. So we're going to look at the PDF. And this is the part especially that I think would be useful to everyone. So actually, hold on. I don't know why I didn't do the links. We always find a bug. Let's go back. I should have just refreshed that page with the dashboard, but I'm gonna go through here and just make sure it's published. Published, there it is. Okay, so let me copy this link and I'll give it to you guys in the chat after we talk about this form for a little bit. Or no, I'll give it to you so you can just get it for yourself and I'll show it. Okay, so you can grab it here. Oh, and I see there's tons of messages, but I will catch up with those. And let's catch up with those now, actually.
We were just chatting amongst ourselves mostly.
Chatting amongst yourselves? Okay. All right.
Mostly.
Oh, Elva, did you figure it out so you could see? I recorded the whole thing. We'll have the YouTube video for you if you couldn't. I don't know what was going on there. Okay.
I figured it out. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Zoom and I are not friends, so I'm probably the worst. I'm glad you figured it out. Okay. Okie dokie. Yep, talking amongst yourselves. All right, so there's the link so you guys can grab this. Let me go back to sharing my screen and we'll look at it a little more closely. And this is, again, if you're not a business coach, and I'll put the link for the social media manager in there too. This one for business coaches, it's really, really good for reviewing your own business. So I just want to show you, so let's read through these questions. So list all of your current offers. Describe any new offers you're working on. What is your current monthly revenue? How do you pay out in, how much do you pay out in expenses? Do you have a bookkeeper or accountant? Now this was, again, I was providing services that were essentially like helping them get their business organized so they could scale it even further. It's usually for people who had well-established businesses, had a few probably freelancers, VA working for them, but they're still super involved in their business and kind of maxed out on their time. So this is a pretty thorough review of what's going on in their business. And that's why I think it'd be useful for any of you guys to like take a look at the questions and see if you can answer them all, because here's what really happened. So we get into what is your cost of customer acquisition? How many people can answer that question? What is your customer lifetime value, right? They started getting, it's like, okay, my monthly financial goal, we all have dreams. Do you have existing sales funnels? That's fine. Have you ever used paid advertising? And if so, what was your experience? Because there's a lot of different stuff out there. What is your budget? I've talked about this before, but it's like the hardest thing for people to talk about is finances. And this just opens the door because there's so many emotional ties to it. But it's like, I'm just like, boom, if we can't talk about this, then we don't really know what we're doing with anything else. So I have it on my intake form, and it's just one of all the things that we're going to talk about. What is your marketing time budget, right? There, you might have money, but you might not have any time. What are all the tools you use? Tell me a little bit about your audience. Tell me about what you've done with your business. Do you have any experience with other people? What are your goals? It sure would be fun if, like, that does a couple things, right? That's just wide open. It tells me way more about them and what they really, really want. And posing it that way keeps it lighthearted for them, because it's a pretty intense form when you start digging into it. And now we go back to brand position and promise. What is your client's situation without your business in your life and with your business in their life? You know, like basically, what are you doing for them, right? And you should know that. If you can't answer those, then that's going to send you down a different direction of getting clarity on that. Your major pain points, social business and social media, and all that kind of stuff. So, but let me tell you a little bit about this form. So you can see that it's pretty thorough, right? It's and if you know those, if you have that information, then you can really like come up with a plan for them. But here's the thing about it is there are different ways to use it in different business models. I always do a really thorough like review of what they have. So I would sell the consultation that I use that questionnaire for. And then based on that questionnaire, I would turn around and take it and make a proposal of the services that I could provide for them. And any of the services in there, if I don't provide it, the recommended, here's the other things you would also need in order to accomplish this goal that you want. Right? So I'm giving them a thorough recommendation, but I'm setting the expectations at there's what I do and here's what I don't do. Right? And they may already have somebody, they may know somebody, they could, I can point them in the right direction. I don't put like specific recommendations for other people or businesses in my proposal, but it becomes something to talk about when I'm presenting my proposal to them. And I do that on a live call so we can walk through it, right? And answer any of their questions, make sure, because what inevitably happened is they get this form and then they start thinking, right? They fill it out and then they start thinking about all these things. And all the rabbit holes that sends us down when that happens.
Would you suggest sometimes maybe even booking a call with them and filling out the form with them?
No, because
Okay.
that's going to turn into so much time. They cannot, when you're there, they want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So if, it's like my introductory thing, 30 minutes. If it's more than 30 minutes, then I'm providing a much bigger service for you.
Yeah, that's true. Nikki wanted to know if you would share the funnel.
The what?
The funnel, the back end, so that we can put it in our accounts.
Oh, yeah. I gave you the wrong thing. Sorry. Good call.
I
And
can
give you both of
steal
them.
from you. Can I please steal from you?
You're not stealing. Please take.
It's called, Nikki, it's called collaborating. We call it collaborating. Stealing sounds bad.
Yeah.
That's better than saying I'm coveting thy leaders' funnels, something like that.
This is why, no, keep using Pagewheel. Let me help you with more cool stuff. That's what we're doing. Okay, share the product.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I'm so excited. I just hired 2 people for my husband's company. One of them started today. And as soon as we get them up and going, I got more free time for this. And I feel like a kid in a candy jar today.
Yeah.
All right. One word of caution that I didn't mean to. I have currently 7 of my 10 seats are occupied in my agency. If you have your account open and it's open in one of your sub accounts and you click on that link over there, if you click on something that's going to dump in, it's going to dump into whatever account you're logged into.
April, that is hilarious because while you're saying that, it just jumped in. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Did it go to the wrong? Because I'd been looking for it.
Yeah, there's no charge for that little tidbit.
How do we know that, April?
Oh, just thought I'd put that out there.
No, I was on my main one that worked okay, but that's good to know.
Yeah. Yes.
So log out, log into the account that you wanted in, then click on it.
Okay.
Actually, this makes me think of another question I can ask real quick while I'm in this.
No, wait.
Okay, so I'll put it up here.
Yeah, just hold on a second because I did make, while I was like prepping for this demo, I made the intake form for social media managers. And let me get that link for you. And so this is, so around social media, if you're a social media manager, or you might find it useful if you're doing agency work and social media is part of it. So you may find that helpful. Or you might find it helpful for reviewing your own social media strategy, right? So regardless of what you're doing, it may be helpful. Definitely read through the sales pages and stuff and make them your own. Okay? Because they're pretty much the first draft. So disclaimer. But okay, so everybody see those links? So that first one is for the business coaching, and the second one is for social media managers. All right. Okay, Nikki, now I'm ready. I'm sorry, I just can't multitask for beans.
No, that's okay. I get so excited.
Yay!
You can tell me to sit down and be quiet.
No, I
will
don't want
not
to
take
shut down the excitement. Get excited again. Woo! Kid in a candy store is what I heard.
That's right. So here was my other question. As we're looking at these ebooks that you just made, this lead magnet ebook, and so we've got the beautiful sales pages and everything and all the things. Is there a limit to the number of pages that we can put in there? I have a client of mine that she's on one of my child accounts. We started with this lead magnet idea, but then she's actually built it out to this crazy valuable workbook. And so now we're talking about, let's make a different lead magnet and let's sell this workbook. But I'm concerned it's too many pages. Do you know, is there a limit?
Let's see. Let me look. I know we ran into this early on when we added the uploading the PDF feature. Let me see if it says it.
It isn't by page, it's by size. And I do stuff that's like 21, 31 pages. And so I just blank because my cover is quite colorful. So I'll block up like page cover and then page 4 as one PDF, and then page 5 through 10 is one PDF, and just chunk it out. It'll keep taking them as long as you just do it in small pieces. Does that make sense?
I actually did one this weekend that was 60 something pages. It was ChatGPT prompts for Pinterest, and I uploaded it I made it in Canva. I downloaded it. Canva has 2 different download as a PDF things. This was the one that says for emails. So I think it's a smaller file size.
Yeah, so it doesn't,
And then
was
uploaded
it,
that.
did you have graphics and stuff in it? Because I know if it's just writing, you can put a lot more pages, but if you have color and all that
This
kind of
one,
stuff,
yeah, this
it
was
limits
prompt.
it.
So it had a pretty cover on it that I made in Canva, but the rest was largely text. And that's something to keep in mind, right? With the PDFs, like the intent. So that was how to do a whole Pinterest strategy and content with ChatGPT. So the most common use of it is going to be copy paste, right? So I didn't want to have a lot of colors and this and that and the other thing. It's like, and that's just also my person. I'm pretty like, this is not the thing. The thing is doing this and getting the thing. But also just remember, like, if your intent is for it to print out, it's like, be mindful that the super colorful, pretty workbooks burn up a lot of ink, and that irritates a lot of people. So just bear in mind. And also, and you can address that if you have clients where that's like, because they're going to want what they're going to want. It's like, you can always just say, hey, let's make a quick, easy printable version. And that way all of your customers are happy and you just provided an extra thing for them, right?
They like the pretty covers that tracks them, and they're like, oh, I want it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I don't want to print all that ink. So I just tell them not to print the cover.
Right. Well, that's why I have that ready-made batch, right? Where you can make the inside cover that still has the title and your name on it. So when they print it out, they still have that little reminder that you're the one that made the awesome thing for them. Or put it, as footers on the workbook pages or something. So they have that constant reminder of your awesomeness. Yep.
So I maybe didn't understand the answer. So is there a limit? Is it a page number?
Okay, so the answer is upload it and see what happens, right? If it doesn't work, see if you
she's creating it in Pagewheel, so there's nothing to upload.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's in Pagewheel, it should handle it. And then if you run into a limit, the best thing to do at that point, if you know you're doing something really big, is contact us on chat, because I think our guys can do something to help on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, she's got 11 pages in there so far, but she just finished chapter 1. I think there's 5 chapters. So I'll bet this is going to be a 50, 60 page workbook.
It should work fine.
It should work. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, if you get any kind of file too big stuff, hit us up in Intercom because we can
Okay.
do something on the back end for it.
Okay.
But it's more likely to be successful if you're using Pagewheel pages.
Good. Okay.
Yep. All right. And what else did I want to say about, oh, the intake form. So here's the difference. So depending on how you guys are selling your services, here's something else that's interesting. I got a lot of work by word of mouth, right? So super warm traffic or even hot traffic where they were just like, hey, I just want your help. And it's like, okay, but I need to know what you want my help with. And I would tell them, you know, like, hey, this is the homework I normally give you once you've already paid for the consultation, right? It's like, so here, but they're already past that and buying my service, right? And it's like, you're still going to get the intake form because I still need all this stuff. And I'd email it to them and be like, okay, you know, but don't worry about filling it out. Well, don't say that, actually. Those were people I already knew, because you really want them to fill it out and go through the exercise. But it'd be like, don't worry if you don't know the answers to any of the questions, just say you don't know, or any thought that comes up while you're looking at it, but like, don't take 2 hours to go figure out an answer. It's like, just go through it, comment what comes up and give me something to look at. And then during our first session, you know, this is what we're going to review. And I can say after they went through the form and we got on our next call with them, every single person was wowed by it. It's like, and so I learned that what I made a form as for my own convenience turned into a way to really reassure them that I knew what I was talking about and immediately set their expectations at what that first call was going to cover. So it helped really keep everything on point. And I would always, you know, of course, review it before the call and then use that information for whatever exact goal they had hired me for. You know, some wanted help with their team, some wanted help with their marketing strategy. You know, you have to just organize, you know, go from there. But this will give you such a good insight to their business and reassure them at the same time. It's a great form. Yay! That's what I got for you guys. That, and don't forget about that that testimonial. You can search survey in the ready-made batches and use that for collecting testimonials from your people. It's really, really good too. So
Stephanie,
yay.
did you see Stephanie wanted to say the dimensions for the logos and why are there two? Stephanie, are you talking about on the agency level or?
Yeah, on the agency level.
One of them is your profile picture and the other one is the little tiny rectangular logo that replaces the Pagewheel logo.
Okay, hold on. Let me look. I was just looking at that a few minutes ago. Hold on.
Thank you, April.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
So avatar, that's the one that should be my my picture.
That's
Yeah.
your picture. And then the
Okay.
other one is that teeny tiny rectangular one, skinny rectangular one that replaces the Pagewheel logo.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you.
Yay. And if any of you guys actually use these forms, let me know how it goes for you. I'd really love to hear. Yay. Okay, are there any questions or anything anybody stuck on before we go? I mean, I know we're over time, but I talked a lot nonstop. Yay. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was helpful. Have a wonderful
Thank you.
week.
Thank you.
And this will
Take
go
care.
in the new YouTube channel playlist, so you can find it later. I'll have the link for you guys later this week. Yay. Have a good one.